Joe Thul, The Signs of Our Times. The Signs of Our Times, Joe Thul.
Signs, signs, everywhere are signs. Who remembers that song from the 70s? Who remembers the 70s? Well, flash forward about 40 years, and things haven't changed all that much. Signs have just gotten bigger. Case in point, my wife and I just moved to Elk River in March of 2003. And within 2 weeks of us moving to Elk River, a local coffee shop put up this huge billboard out on Highway 10, just as you were coming into town. It said, "Way above average Joe." Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and friends, today I want to talk to you about a different kind of sign. Today I want to talk to you about those signs that we use as indicators, the indicators that we call the signs of our times. Now often, the signs of our times refers to something which is not working. Costs are going up. It's just the signs of our times, isn't it? Terrorist threats, wars, even unimaginable events like Sandy Hook Elementary or the Boston Marathon. The signs of our times. Well, stop the presses. Sit back, relax, and enjoy a way above average cup of Joe as I present for your consideration 2 additional possibilities. First, the possibility that the signs of our times might just be a tad overstated. And second, the possibility that you and I can create our own signs of our times. So first, the signs of our times might be a bit overstated. No argument, Sandy Hook Elementary was horrific. But that 15-minute atrocity generated in excess of 3,000 hours of TV news coverage. About 6 years ago, I stopped watching TV news altogether. So I don't get to hear all the juicy stuff going on. It was taken aback a few years ago at a networking meeting when I happened to mention that my wife Ann and I were heading to Mexico to do a little diving. Everyone there was stunned. You're going to Mexico with all the trouble that's going on. What trouble? Well, the drug cartels and all the murders. Don't you watch the news? We went to Mexico. We had a fabulous time. And the Mexican people, phenomenal. But these people don't make the 6 o'clock news. You see, those few individuals that were featured so prominently in the news that winter represent an infinitesimal percentage of the entire Mexican population. Yet our news media, and as a result, many of us, indicted an entire nation based on the actions of just a few. Do you realize there are only 6 or 8 really bad, mean, despicable people on the entire planet? Seriously, that's it, 6 or 8 out of 7 billion. Now, they move around quite a bit. But the truth is, people are really nice. So my point. Soapbox. The news reports anomalies, not the norm. That's their job. But 3,000 hours of coverage on a 15-minute anomaly programs you and I to perceive that anomaly as the norm, as the signs of our times. Second, possibility that you and I can create our own signs of our times. 3 years ago, my company had just completed a major software project for one of my favorite clients. But it did run a bit over budget. And so the principals of the company decided that we should sit down and have a little chat. Now, I've been told I was born at night. I'm pretty sure it wasn't last night. I understood the meaning of a little chat. So on my 45-minute drive to this meeting, I started to muster my defenses. Here they were with a masterpiece of work in their hands and no concept of the number of hours that we had put in, that we had never billed for. And now they were going to start to nitpick on those that were. I was starting to fume when it hit me. If I walked into that meeting feeling that defensive and angry, it wasn't going to go so well. So I pulled into a local Walmart, sat back in the seat of my car, and I changed the conversation. I had to remind myself just how much I liked and respected both of these guys. I started feeling a little bit jazzed about the possibilities that this meeting could bring. So I fired up that mighty Chris and headed off to our meeting. How do you suppose it went? This is the audience participation part. Right, it went awesome. We resolved our budgeting issues, and I walked out of there with a stack of enhancements they wanted to put in. I created the outcome. So, if the signs of our times are not the anomalies we see reported in the news, and we can create outcomes simply by managing our thoughts and our feelings, and I submit to you, the signs of our times are exactly what we choose them to be. Fellow Toastmasters and friends, for the past 5 to 7 minutes, you have each honored me with the gift of your attention, and I am grateful beyond words. For me, you are the signs of my times. What will you make as the signs of yours? Madam Toastmaster.